You're not going to believe what happened when I made this recipe for my friend's June birthday. It completely changed how I think about homemade gifts forever.
Diana, I'm literally on the edge of my seat. What happened?
Welcome to Feastloom, everyone. I'm Diana, and this is Noah. If you've ever felt stuck trying to create meaningful gifts without breaking the bank, or spending days in the kitchen, this episode is for you.
Seriously, June birthdays are everywhere, and I always struggle with gift ideas that feel personal but don't require a master's degree in crafting.
That's exactly the problem we're solving today. Why do so many of us think homemade gifts have to be complicated or time-consuming to be special?
Oh my gosh, yes. I always start with these grand plans, then reality hits. No time, no fancy equipment, and honestly, I'm terrified of messing up something that's supposed to be meaningful.
You're not alone, Noah. I hear this every single day. People tell me they want to give from the heart, but they're overwhelmed by complicated recipes.
And don't even get me started on those Pinterest perfect desserts that look impossible to recreate.
Exactly. Plus, there's this belief that if it's easy, it's not thoughtful. That's completely backwards thinking.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Here's what I discovered: the most memorable gifts aren't the most complicated ones, they're the ones that connect emotionally. And this chocolate surprise does exactly that.
Okay, now you have my full attention. What makes this different?
It's a 3-ingredient chocolate truffle that you can customize with the birthday person's favorite flavors, but here's the magic part: it comes with a hidden message inside.
Wait, a message inside chocolate? How is that even possible?
Picture this: you're eating what looks like a regular chocolate truffle, and suddenly you discover a tiny scroll of edible paper with a personalized message written in food-safe ink.
Stop it. That's like something out of a fairy tale.
The best part? It takes less than 30 minutes to make, and you probably have everything you need in your kitchen right now.
Okay, but let's be real here. Isn't this going to be one of those easy recipes that's actually a nightmare?
I get why you'd think that. But listen, my 12-year-old niece made these for her dad's birthday last month. If she can do it, anyone can.
Now you're just showing off. But seriously, what are these magical 3 ingredients?
Dark chocolate, heavy cream, and coconut oil. That's it. The message part uses rice paper and food coloring pens that you can find at any craft store.
Hold up, coconut oil. I thought we needed butter for truffles.
This is where it gets interesting. Coconut oil creates a smoother texture and helps the truffles hold their shape better than butter, especially in warm weather.
So June birthdays are perfect for this because coconut oil won't melt as easily in summer heat.
Exactly. Plus, according to research from Harvard's nutrition department, dark chocolate with 70% cacao or higher actually provides antioxidants that support heart health.
Wait, so we're basically giving a healthy gift that looks indulgent? This keeps getting better.
Let me tell you what happened with my neighbor Sarah. Her son was turning 16 in June, and she felt terrible because money was tight.
Oh no, those milestone birthdays are the worst when you're struggling financially.
She made these truffles with messages like "You're braver than you believe" and "This is just the beginning of your adventure." He opened that gift box and just broke down crying.
I'm getting emotional just hearing about it.
The best part? It cost her less than $8 to make a dozen truffles, but the impact was priceless.
Okay, I need to know the exact process. Walk me through this step by step.
First, you'll gently melt 6 ounces of dark chocolate with 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. The key word here is gently. We don't want to seize the chocolate.
What does seize mean exactly? I always hear that term but never understood it.
Great question. Seized chocolate becomes grainy and clumpy instead of smooth. It happens when water gets in or when you heat it too fast.
So low and slow is the way to go.
Always. Here's a pro tip that most people don't know: add 1 teaspoon of coconut oil while the chocolate is still warm. It creates this incredible glossy finish.
And this works with any type of chocolate. What if someone prefers milk chocolate?
You can absolutely use milk chocolate, but reduce the cream to 2 tablespoons since milk chocolate is already sweeter and softer.
What about white chocolate? I know some June babies who are obsessed with white chocolate.
White chocolate is trickier because it contains more cocoa butter, but it's definitely doable. Just increase the coconut oil to 2 teaspoons for stability.
Now I'm dying to know about the hidden messages. How do you actually get them inside?
This is where the magic happens. You write on rice paper using food-safe pens, then roll it into tiny scrolls. As you're rolling your truffles, you gently press the scroll into the center.
But won't the paper get soggy or weird?
Rice paper is actually edible and dissolves slightly on your tongue, so it's like discovering a fortune cookie message, but better.
I can already imagine the look on someone's face when they discover it.
Here's where you can get really creative. For June birthdays, think about summer themes, messages like "You're my sunshine" or "Hot like summer, sweet like you."
Oh, that's adorable. What about for different personalities? Like, what would you write for someone who's shy versus someone who's outgoing?
For shy people, affirmations work beautifully: "Your quiet strength inspires me," or "You make the world brighter just by being you."
And for the extroverts?
Maybe something playful like "Life's more fun with you in it," or "You're the sparkle in every celebration."
Can we talk about flavors? I know everyone has different tastes.
Absolutely. This base recipe is like a blank canvas. You can add a drop of peppermint extract for a refreshing summer twist.
Ooh, or what about fruit flavors? June is berry season.
Yes. A tiny bit of freeze-dried strawberry powder creates this amazing natural berry flavor without adding moisture that could ruin the texture.
What about coffee lovers? My dad would die for anything chocolate coffee flavored.
Add half a teaspoon of instant espresso powder to the melted chocolate. It intensifies the chocolate flavor and adds that coffee kick. Now let's talk presentation, because we eat with our eyes first. A simple white box lined with parchment paper makes these look like they came from a fancy chocolatier.
But what if you don't have fancy boxes? Not everyone has access to specialty packaging supplies.
Mason jars work beautifully. Or even a clean glass container from your recycling bin. The key is creating layers with parchment paper between the truffles.
I love how this is accessible for everyone, regardless of budget.
Here's something crucial for June birthdays: these truffles actually taste better after sitting for 24 hours. The flavors meld together beautifully.
So make them the day before the party.
Exactly. And they'll stay fresh in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks, which is perfect for busy schedules.
What about if you need to transport them? Summer heat can be brutal.
Keep them in a cooler with ice packs until you're ready to serve. They'll firm up again within minutes once they're cool.
What are the biggest mistakes people make with this recipe?
Number 1 mistake? Rushing the cooling process. People get impatient and try to roll the truffles before the mixture has properly chilled.
How long should you actually wait?
At least 2 hours in the refrigerator, or 1 hour in the freezer. The mixture should be firm enough to hold its shape but not rock hard.
What other mistakes should we avoid?
Using chocolate chips instead of bar chocolate. Chips contain stabilizers that prevent smooth melting. Let's talk budget because I know this matters to so many people. You can make a dozen truffles for under $10 if you shop smart.
Really? That seems almost too good to be true.
Buy chocolate in bulk from warehouse stores, or look for sales at regular grocery stores. Good dark chocolate goes on sale frequently, especially after holidays.
What about the rice paper and food pens?
One pack of each will make messages for dozens of batches. The initial investment pays for itself immediately.
Earlier you mentioned health benefits. Can you elaborate on that?
Dark chocolate is rich in flavonoids, which support cardiovascular health. The minimal added sugar means you're giving a treat that's actually beneficial in moderation.
So we can feel good about giving these as gifts.
Absolutely. Plus, homemade means you control the ingredients. No artificial preservatives or mysterious additives.
That's such a relief. I always worry about dietary restrictions when giving food gifts.
I have to share this. One of our Feastloom community members, Maria, made these for her daughter's graduation party in June. She had people asking if she was starting a chocolate business.
No way. That must have felt amazing for her.
She told me it was the first time she felt confident calling herself a baker. The comments and reactions gave her such a boost of self-esteem.
I love how food can do that, give us confidence and connect us with others.
I know some of you are thinking, this sounds great, but what if I mess it up? Let me tell you something.
Yeah, imposter syndrome is real when it comes to cooking.
Even if your truffles aren't perfectly round, even if the chocolate isn't glossy perfection, the person receiving them will be touched by the effort and love you put in.
But what if the chocolate seizes or something goes really wrong?
Worst case scenario? You melt more chocolate and try again. We're talking about less than $5 of ingredients.
But wait, there's something else you haven't told us yet, isn't there?
You're right. The most magical part isn't even the hidden messages, it's watching someone's face when they realize you made something this special just for them.
That moment when they understand the thought and care that went into it.
Exactly. It transforms both the giver and the receiver. You'll feel proud of what you created, and they'll feel truly seen and valued. Alright, let's make this real. Here's your action plan for creating these amazing June birthday gifts.
I'm ready. What's step 1?
Tonight, write down 3 people with June birthdays and one meaningful message for each. Don't overthink it, what would make each person smile?
That's actually the hardest part for me, coming up with the right words.
Keep it simple and genuine. Thank you for being you is infinitely more powerful than trying to be poetic.
What exactly should I buy at the store?
6 ounces of dark chocolate bar, 1 small container of heavy cream, coconut oil, rice paper sheets, and food-safe pens. That's literally everything.
And if I can't find rice paper at my local store?
Check the Asian food section or order online. Many craft stores carry them too, usually near the cake decorating supplies.
What brands do you recommend for the food pens?
AmeriColor food writers are reliable, but any food-safe markers will work. Just test them on a small piece of rice paper first. For June birthdays, start making these the day before you need them. The flavor development overnight is incredible.
But what if I'm a procrastinator and need them the same day?
They're still delicious immediately. Just chill them for at least an hour before serving so they hold their shape.
And if I want to make multiple batches for different people?
This recipe doubles or triples easily. Just make sure you have enough refrigerator space for chilling.
Any final tips for nervous first-timers?
Start with just 1 or 2 truffles to practice the technique. Once you see how simple it really is, you'll want to make dozens.
What if my messages end up looking messy?
Imperfection adds character. Handwritten messages are always more meaningful than perfect printing. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's connection. You're creating an experience, not entering a competition.
Diana, this has been incredible. I'm honestly excited to try this for my sister's birthday next week.
That makes my heart so happy. Here's what I want everyone to do right now.
I'm listening.
Pick one person with a June birthday and commit to making these truffles for them. Don't wait for the perfect moment, just decide and do it.
And if you make them, share your experience with us.
Yes. Comment below with how it went, or tag us on social media. We love seeing your creations and hearing your stories.
Because the Feastloom community is all about supporting each other in the kitchen and in life.
Until next time, remember, cooking with love is the secret to any unforgettable dish. Now go create some magic.